Are we sure we pronounce all the months of the year correctly? Let's find out. Welcome to my channel, io sono Miriam Romeo e se capisci l'inglese ma non riesci a parlarlo come vorresti, then I would love to be your English coach. I have a free pronunciation class for you where I share 5 easy tips that will help your English sound smoother and more convincing. Click on the link in the description box below to watch it. So the months of the year. This is something very basic that we learn at school, but a lot of people still struggle with the pronunciation of some of them. So let's make sure that we know how to pronounce all of the months of the year correctly. And if you stay until the end of the video, I have a little bonus for you. I'm going to tell you how to correctly pronounce the 4 seasons, especially one that most people don't know how to pronounce. But let's first talk about the correct pronunciation of the word month. Month. So the vowel sound is the same vowel sound that you have in words like fun, come, sun, month. And the th at the end is a voiceless th like the one that you have in the word think. So month, not month, month. And so far so good. But let's see how to correctly pronounce the plural form. Months. Months. So when you add the S, the th becomes so soft that you don't even hear it anymore. Months. So even if I'm making the movement for the th, it doesn't really come out. Months. Months. Because it would be impossible to pronounce months, right? So month, months. Now let's start with the first month of the year. January. January. This is the standard American English pronunciation. In British English, you say January. January. So with just 3 syllables instead of 4. So American English, January. British English, January. The second month of the year has 2 versions, both correct. In American English, you can pronounce this February, February, or February, February. Because that first R after the B is tricky to pronounce even for a native speaker. So a lot of people drop that R and say February. And that makes it way easier to pronounce. And the same is true for British English. You have 2 equally correct versions, one with the R and one without. February, February. So the difference with the American English version is that, again, you have 3 syllables instead of 4, but the trick with the R or without the R, where you can drop it and make it easier to pronounce, still stands. The third month of the year is March. March. The vowel is the same vowel that you have in words like car, R, star. And of course, this is the standard American English pronunciation, March. In standard British English, you don't pronounce the R. But I can't really make a convincing British accent, so I'm not even going to try. I say March. 4th month of the year, April. Here you have 2 syllables. The stress goes on the initial A, which makes a long vowel sound, A, just like in the alphabet, like in the word make, A. And then the rest, the other syllable, is unstressed. So that I, that vowel, is just a schwa. So you go from pr to the L. April, prol, April. And then you have May, the current month, and this is the easiest one to pronounce. You can't really make a mistake with this one, can you? May. After May, we have June. You start with a j sound, and then you make a long oo sound, like in the word food. June. The 7th month of the year is July. And this one is often mispronounced. The stress is on the 2nd syllable, lie. So the U in the first syllable here doesn't have a long sound. And most of the time, that U is actually pronounced just like a schwa. July. July. So you put the weight on the second half of the word. July. July. 8th month of the year. This is probably the one people struggle with the most. It's pronounced August. August. The stress is on the first syllable, aw, as in awesome, August, and the rest is unstressed. So it's just gust, gust, August. So let's say it again and watch my lip movements. Watch how I move my lips, how I open my lips just on the first part of the word, in the aw section, on the first syllable. And the rest is like my mouth, my face is paralyzed. August. August. Then we have September. The last 4 months are pretty easy. And obviously in standard British English, you don't say the R at the end. But I say September. And then we have October. 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 November. 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 And lastly, we have December. De with a lax e, like in the word it. December. December. Again, in standard British English, you don't pronounce the strong R at the end. But I say December. And if you're still with me, here's a little bonus for you. The 4 seasons are pronounced winter. Again, standard American English pronunciation. Spring, go light on the final G. Summer. And the 4th season, which in American English can also be called fall, very convenient, fall. But in general, both in American English and mostly in British English, you say autumn. Autumn. So the first syllable is the stressed one. So you have aw as in awesome, just like August, and the rest is unstressed. So it's autumn. 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 Again, if you can't say it, you can say fall and you'll be fine. And that is all for today. I hope you enjoyed it. And write in the comments what you want me to cover next. Like, for instance, if you want me to talk about the correct pronunciation of the days of the week or some specific numbers maybe, just let me know. And now go click on the link in the description box below to get your free pronunciation class. And if you want to work with me and you would like for me to be your personal English coach, you can contact me at this email address right here. Thank you for watching and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.